G'day, Zach Kelly. Back in Brizzy at the moment, and the old bus is broken down. So while it's in getting repaired, I've had an excellent opportunity to catch up with one of my oldest mates, BJ Cotton here, Brad. Um, Brad and I got a great history in the sense Brad was a school teacher out at Barcaldine, my old hometown. And Brad was never my teacher. He was the teacher of one of my good mates that lived on my street. And when I come finish boarding school, he Rob Tenner introduced me to Brad, and Brad was a muso, and him and I just hit it off like a house on fire, if that's the word.
Yeah.
And actually,
Absolutely.
my very first proper pub gig that I ever did was actually with BJ on the back of the ute out of the back of the Shaky Hotel where I was working, and it was freezing cold, and my fingers were falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing piano at the time.
The beer was still good though.
The beer was good.
Yeah, even in cold weather.
Mate, Brad's probably one of the best songwriters I've worked with. Just comes up with just excellent hooks and great lyrics, and one of the guys that really inspired me right from the start. And the secret story with him is I was in a bit of a rut. He'd left Barkey and went back to his home in Brisbane. I was in quite a rut, and I was drinking a lot of booze and smoking a lot of dope, and was just running with a fun crowd, but wasn't going anywhere for me. And I rang him up one day and said, "Man, I'm just in a bit of trouble here. I don't know what the solution is." And he suggested that he set up with his mum and dad that they took me in. They gave me 2 weeks to come down to Brizzy, and they'd get me on my feet. And they did exactly that. And I come and got a job, and then moved on. And we've stayed mates for a lot of years, and we've done a couple of band projects. He was in my last band, Noisy Boys. He's a singer and great, excellent voice, and you'll hear that. So our last band, Noisy Boys, we were together 6 years with a couple of other cracking good mates. But today we're going to write a song. So we're going to use the 2 days that we've got, and we're going to write, record, put a song together. BJ just threw around one of the songs that he'd written a different version of, and he just said last night, I wouldn't mind trying this in a different style and different format. So to save a bit of time, we're going to have a crack at that. Beach, tell me, what's your process for writing songs, mate?
Probably just mark on the guitar and chords first, and I think probably, and again, me, look around the room and ad lib, but it's just probably pick something out, and it might even be a memory, or it could be something that I'm actually looking at, and just write what I think is a catchy chorus line.
Yeah.
And then try and evolve the story around that. That's where we go to, is that chorus line, but then think about the story, so the verse becomes the story to how we got there.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually it works.
And mate, are you a singer that plays guitar, or a guitar player that sings, or a song? How do you see yourself as a muso?
Definitely my love is singing. If I had to choose, I'd say, look, I'll take the singing if it was the spot, rather than I don't really rate myself as a guitarist, although I like it and I'm confident. But I'd rather sing. If I was, even in Noisy Boys, when there was not many, but the odd song when I didn't need to sing, which was good to have a rest, but I felt quite anxious. I couldn't sing. I wanted to just turn my head from the mic and sing anyway, into the oblivion. So yeah, definitely singing first.
Yeah.
For sure.
And mate, you got yourself an awesome studio set up here.
Yeah, it's really different to what it was before. It was all back against the wall. It served the purpose that I need, but back then I found I was using cams, headphones a lot more.
Yeah.
And you don't have any room noise with headphones, so then when you go to play it in a room, you go, it doesn't sound. So I wanted to go to this sort of setup, and then luckily, grew up son of a plumber, and so I'm sort of fairly handy with timber, and so I've made, done all the hours and hours of research, and so made all my own panels, and just looking to get it
acoustic treatment, the baffles and the
So and primarily set up more as a mixing studio rather and then recording however we can to fit in around that, rather than setting it up as recording and then hope that the sound's good enough to mix. So
well, and we agreed too, we're not going to let perfect get in the way of progress, so we just want to get this stuff down and just see if we can catch some fun and catch a bit of magic. Mate, tell us about this particular song. What's your vision for it?
Oh,
What do you see?
wow.
I'm going to play bass on this one, so this will be fun.
Yeah. We're going to do a bit of singing and put it together. I had the opportunity, short version. My wife at the time and my kids had gone away, and I'd gone to my brother's place, and he and his partner live on 20 acres of bush, about 20 minutes out of Canberra. So it's just lovely, and it was Easter time, so it was cool, and all the wallabies were a bit starting to get furry, but. So it was just weird, and again, one of those things, looking out and the loveliness of the day, and I'm thinking about, we're really lucky. So the song's called Lucky, and then it's talking really about, I'm not a, hard and hard greenie or that, but I, believe we've got to look after the place we live, otherwise, no one else is going to do it for us. So it's got that sort of take on it.
And there's a generation after us that inherit.
Oh, yeah. Look, and, I figure, leave things as you find them. You put air in your tyres, you put the hose back on the reel, and you don't just leave a mess for someone. So but lucky. But it's sort of it touches home, as I said, without being too warm and fuzzy or too greeny. It's just about geez, we're lucky that not just Australia as a country, but what we have on the planet. We're ahead.
Well, mate, I'm looking forward to the day. I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, it should be good.
See what we can do. We're just going to let the camera roll, and we'll speed it up. And just catch the shenanigans. So all good. So we'll see at the end of the project, see how you go. We're just going to leave this running. I'll just turn the camera around.
We're lucky the earth keeps turning. We're lucky burning. We're making mistakes, yeah, we're meant to survive. Why is it so hard to just stay alive? We're lucky the trees ain't walking. We're lucky the streams ain't talking. Killing each other, we're killing our friends. Is this the way that we wanna end it? We're lucky, so lucky. We're lucky, so lucky. Lucky, there's people praying. We're lucky, the kids still playing. We're making mistakes, yeah, we're meant to survive. Why is it so hard to just stay alive? Killing each other, we're killing our friends. Is this the way that we wanna end it? We're lucky.
Okay, so we finished. We actually had a third day on it. The old bus is still in at the mechanic, but that's okay. We took the blessing from it. So, mate, what were your thoughts? Were you happy with the outcome?
Oh yeah, I want to do it again.
You want to do it again?
Yeah, because as I said to you, gee, if we did 10, the 10th one would be better than the first one.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Learn a truckload. What did you learn? What were your main takeaways from it?
Oh, it's just nice to play music with someone else and record with someone else again.
Yeah.
That's the best thing, and you listen all the time and throw ideas of each other.
Yeah.
That arrangement folders, so that was one thing that I normally, I'd create a whole lot more work, so that made definitely life easier.
I thought that was really interesting. Like we both use Logic, and you knew tricks that I wasn't aware of, and that's going to help me improve my workflow. And I taught you some stuff, and that's going to help your workflow. And
For sure.
I'm stoked, man. I'm happy with the result. It should be good.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, it's a bit of fun video for everyone too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Thanks everyone for having us.
yeah, thanks for doing it, man.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Awesome.
mate.
So ask yourself this question: when you stand and hold the line, or are you happy to play the